now we are going to start the different evidence that support this theory of evolution. While learning all this evidence, you have to keep one thing in mind. Our final aim will be to prove that the organisms that exist today, the organisms that are around us, all these organisms, they have a common ancestor and they have a common origin. So let us start with our evidence, that is morphological evidence. What is the meaning of morphology? The branch of science that deals with the form and structure of an organism. It may be a plant or it may be an animal. That is called as morphology. In simple, the study of external features, external structures, external characters of an organism is called as morphology. And that evidence is called as morphological evidence. In the diagram, you can see three animals are given on the top. First is dog, second is sheep, and third is a wolf. All these three animals belong to different species and different categories. They are not same at all. But still, you can find out there are some similarities. You can find there is similarity in their jaw. You can find similarity in the position of eyes, position of nostrils. And one more similarity you can find, their body is distributed with thick hairs, also called as fur. This similarity indicates that though right now these animals are not same, they are from different categories. Before some years or before several generations, all these three animals were having a common ancestor and common origin. We can find out similarities in plants also. Just below that there is another image in which three plants are given. All three plants are of different categories. But still there are certain similarities in shape of leaf, venation and petioles. This also proves that right now all these three plants belong to the different category. But before some years or before several generations, just like I told before, all these plants belong to the same origin and they went on developing from that same origin and common ancestor. So by morphological evidence, we can prove that organisms today look different from each other. They have different characters. But still we can find out certain similarities in their external character, which is called as morphology. So this morphological evidence gives a proof for the theory of evolution. Evidence that strongly supports the theory of evolution is anatomical evidence. What is the meaning of anatomy? The study of internal structure of organism, especially the study of organ, what is the position of organ, what is the structure of organ, what is the structure of bone. These all things are studied under anatomy. And that evidence is called as anatomical evidence. To understand this anatomical evidence, let us take example of four different animals. In the diagram that is displayed, the first is human arm, second is bull's leg, but in a book, 10th standard textbook, there is a printing mistake. Under that bull's leg, it is given cat's forearm, but actually it is bull's leg. After that there is bat's patagium, and number 4, flipper opogal. So this all four animals, human, bull, bat and whale, these are four vertebrates, but still they look totally different from each other. They live in totally different environment, and even they use their arm for different purposes. We use our arm for grasping the things, holding the things, doing skillful work. Bull is a heavy animal, and that's why arm or legs are used for running, roaming. After that, bat uses patagium for flying, and whale uses flipper for swimming. That means the use of organ or use of their arms are totally different. This arm don't look same at all. If you look at the internal structure of bone, that means if you look at the anatomy, then also at first look, this bone do not look similar at all. But now I have made certain changes in second diagram. So now I will show you the second diagram is same, but I have made some changes in that diagram. So here comes your second diagram. In this diagram you can see I have given certain numbers. Let's observe the human arm. In human arm, now just look here. In human arm, the bone that is present in my arm, it is called as humerus. Here, this bone is called as radius, and this bone is called as ulna. That means my arm is made up of three major bones: humerus, radius, ulna. Now look for second diagram. In second diagram also, there is change in the shape, but still you can find these three bones. One humerus, and after that radius and ulna. In third diagram also, these bones have become more slender, but still humerus, radius, ulna, all three bones are present. And in whale's flipper also, digits are more longer. Why? Because they will act as actual flipper. But still you can find out that humerus, radius and ulna, all these three bones are present. It indicates that though all four animals look different from each other, though their arms look different from each other, though they perform different function, still they have some basic structure that is common in all four organisms. Now, question is that why they are taken so different form? Obviously, they live in different environment, they have different lifestyle, and as per their environment, as per their lifestyle, they have made some changes, external changes in their structure or bone structure or anatomical structure, but still they have common anatomical structure, which indicates that before several generations, all four organisms were having a common origin and common ancestor. That is why this anatomical evidence strongly supports the theory of evolution. Now I will give you one more interesting example. तुम्हाला मी अजून एक एक्झाम्पल दाखवणार आहे. हे एक्झाम्पल पुस्तकातलं नाही आहे, पुस्तकाच्या बाहेरचं आहे, पण तरी पण तुम्हाला आवडेल. तुमच्या समोर मी तुम्हाला दोन इमेजेस दाखवणार आहे. पहिली इमेज आणि दुसरी इमेज. या दोन इमेजच्या पहिल्यांदा तुम्ही ऑब्झर्वेशन करायचं आहे, दोघांचे पायाचे क्लॉज बघायचे, पायाच्या नख्या बघायच्या, आणि या पायांच्या नख्यामध्ये तुम्हाला बऱ्यापैकी साम्य दिसून येईल. त्यानंतर दुसरं तुम्ही बघायचं आहे त्याची मान. या दोन्ही स्केलेटन मध्ये मानेमध्ये पण तुम्हाला साम्य दिसून येईल. त्यानंतर तिसरं फीचर तुम्ही बघायचं आहे त्याचं जबडा किंवा त्याची चोच. तर या जबडा किंवा चोच याच्यात सुद्धा तुम्हाला साम्य दिसून येईल. आता तुम्हाला थोडंसं आश्चर्य वाटेल की हे जे दोन सांगडे आहेत, बघता क्षणातला पहिला अंदाज असा येतो की हे दोन्ही सांगडे नक्कीच कुठच्या तरी डायनोसॉरचे. प्रत्यक्षात त्यातला फक्त एक डायनोसॉर आहे आणि दुसरा जो आहे हा आपल्या सगळ्यांचा परिचयाचा सांगड आहे, ज्याला आपण कधी सांगड्याच्या स्वरूपात बघत नाही. ठीक आहे, तर दुसरं आहे कोंबडा, चिकन. म्हणजे याच्यावरून असं सिद्ध होतं, जसं मी पूर्वीच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये सांगितलेलं होतं की कोंबडा हा एक पक्षी आहे आणि याचा क्रमिक विकास हा डायनोसॉर पासून झालेला आहे. सगळ्यात पहिला मी तुम्हाला जो सांगडा दाखवला तो आहे ओव्हिरॅप्टरचा आणि हा आहे चिकन, कोंबड्याचा. म्हणजे याच्यावरून असं सिद्ध होतं की यांचं बोन स्ट्रक्चर, अॅनाटॉमी कशी आहे, सारखी आहे. आणि अॅनाटॉमी सुद्धा हे सिद्ध करते की आता जरी सगळे पक्षी एकमेकांपासून वेगळे दिसत असते किंवा आता जरी ते डायनोसॉर प्रमाणे दिसत नसले, तरी काही वर्षापूर्वी मात्र ते या ओव्हिरॅप्टर पासून तयार झाले.